Welcome everyone back to my channel. I know it's been a while since the last video, long enough for my Gunpla tools to start missing me, but today we're finally back with something truly special. And here it is, Mr Hobby's GX114 Topcoat. And no, sadly, it's not coffee in a jar. GX114 is a premium lacquer-based flat topcoat. It reduces reflections, evens out the surface, and protects decals and paints from wear. And the GX114 is gone, and now an airbrush. Don't ask me how I did it. This is GaiaNotes 008 Flat Clear, kind of GX114 stylish cousin. I'll use it on different parts for contrast. Goodbye 008, hello airbrush. Don't worry, I promise I'm only using my powers from model kits. Two topcoats side by side, they both get thumbs up from me. And here it is, the GQuuuuuuX box. The artwork captures intricate, well-balanced poses that really show off the kit's detailed design and impressive articulation. Now we got to the whole squad, GX114, GaiaNotes 008, and of course, the airbrush with the right touch. Poof, everything's ready for the build. Guess I really am a certified Gunpla wizard now. And now, without further ado, let's begin. I eliminate all obstacles. Mission accepted. GaiaNotes 008 Flat Clear Coat is special because it gives a satin finish, perfect for parts where you want a softer sheen instead of a full flat. Now is the GX114 Flat Topcoat. This one gives a true matte finish, cutting reflections completely while protecting the paint and decals. It leaves the surface smooth and consistent, perfect for clean display ready look. And there's only one tool that we need, our main tool for both topcoats, then in a blink, it's gone. GX114 for a true matte finish, 008 for a soft satin sheen, both ready to work their magic through the airbrush. What intrigues me the most about this build is how its design mixes sharp model lines with intricate detailing you don't always see in high-grade kits. Let's dive inside pack with some of the most interesting details. This is Runner F. Next up, Runner C in clean white, perfect for those crisp armor sections. Runner G featuring the beautiful teal effect for the sabers. With the white runner just behind this deep blue, Runner E stands out beautifully. And Runner D, these parts show off an impressive level of intricacy. A couple more runners and then stickers for color separation. Yeah, not a fan. Let's just send this flying. And here's Runner B, the inner frame molded in a sleek gunmetal tone. We move to Runner A, full of multicolored parts, and here's the inner frame of the back of the shield. Now we give it a spin and onto this you go. And oh, the stickers, the gamble I never want to take, but no water decals this time, so let's deal with them.
What was that?
I am a Gundam.
What are you talking about?
And here we have it fully armed and ready. One last look at the GQuuuuuX in its raw form before it becomes a part. But now time for surgery. GQuuuuuX, don't worry, I'm a professional, at least most of the time. Alright GQuuuuuX, I'm gonna make you into travel size. Lose the weapons, arms, legs, there. Now you have it. You can fit on a carry-on, and I'll see you when I see you very soon. Roughly explaining what I'm doing, I'm going to be using black primer 1500 from Mr Hobby, which I'm going to be spraying on all the blue parts of the armor of GQuuuuuuX. You can see me right here spraying all black because I want to do the pre-shading effect, even though I don't like to call it pre-shading. For me, I do a little bit more of contouring, but I'm covering 100% the parts of GQuuuuuuX of the armor, and then after that I'm going to be using this game color, turquoise color, and I'm going to test it on the spoons, which I always do. I recommend everybody to always test your paint, make sure everything is okay and nothing is going to give you troubles once you go to the actual armor parts of your model kits. And you can see me right here trying to do the pre-shading effect. You start making very small circles on the armor and you start covering the areas, and you kind of soften out towards the end. Try not to paint too over on the edge of each part, just so you can get that nice touch of pre-shading effect on your parts. I'm always not too fond of acrylic paints, but this time I decided to go a little bit out of my comfort zone, and I'm going to be using acrylics for some of the areas, mostly for these blue colors and a few other details on the hands and other parts. And now in this part, I'm going to fulfill a request that was made by one of my friends on YouTube. Gunpla, this one is for you. So I'm going to explain what's the proper thinning ratio for GX114. And after this one, I decided also to explain the thinning ratio for GaiaNotes 008. And the only reason why I'm using 008 of GaiaNotes is because I want to give a different contrast to the final look of GQuuuuuuX. Highly recommended to use leveling thinner for top coats every time, because once you airbrush it on your plastic, it's going to even out on the surface of the plastic. And for me, as a rule of thumb, I like to mark always exactly where the liquid was. So we put a masking tape in there, and then at the same time, we like to measure the half of that portion, because the thinning ratio is going to be 1 to 1.5, meaning in this case, it's going to be 1 ratio paint and 1.5 ratio of the thinner. Always highly suggested to shake things up a little bit, because most of the time you will always find pigments at the bottom of the bottle. So make sure you shake it all up very well, and if you have to, use some type of stirrer to make sure you remove those pigments from the bottom of the bottle. And if by any chance you find the need to extend the thinning ratio a little bit more, that is totally fine. You don't have to worry about it, because you can go from between 1.5 to 2.0. That is completely fine. So nothing to worry about it. If you have to, if you by any chance have extra pigments at the bottom of the bottle, make sure you can use a little bit extra thinning ratio, and that is completely fine. In my case, this time I had to do a little bit more, because as you saw at the bottom of the bottle, there was a lot of pigment. So it took me a little while to get that out of there, and I went from between 1.5 to 1.75, and at the end, put some bearings at the bottom, the little balls, to make sure you shake it all up. And here we have it. We have both bottles ready and ready to spray. So let's proceed. I always made a personal rule to always test spray any paint that I'm going to be using. So we're going to start with the GX114. We're going to be using the GHAD39 from Gaahleri Airbrush. So we're going to spray it on top of the turquoise color from Vallejo that I was using for the previous armor parts. And the main purpose for me to be doing this is because I wanted to cover 50% of the GX114 on one side and the other 50% of the spoon with the 008 of GaiaNotes on the left hand side. So you can compare it right here. Left 008 GaiaNotes, and the right hand side we have the GX114. And I'll take the opportunity in this part of the video to make a little announcement. As you all know, you've seen me using Gaahleri airbrushes for quite some time. So the little announcement that I have is that I am one of their collaborators moving forward, and you see me using the GHAD39 airbrush right here, which is an incredible airbrush entry level. It was the very first one that I got and never left me down. It's such a great workhorse for airbrushing. And if you ever need anything related to airbrushing. If you want to look for new ones or a little bit more advanced, they have the Möbius 2.0 millimeter and the 3.0 millimeter, which are incredible airbrushes, which I'm going to be using one of them a little bit further into the video. If you need a discount code, feel free to use my discount code GMANNT for an extra 10% discount. And moving forward, I'm going to let you all enjoy the show from now on. And here we have it, Gaahleri Premium Möbius 0.2 millimeter. Such a beautiful airbrush, excellent finish, easy to clean, and best of the parts is that it's such a beautiful workhorse. It gets you where you need to go when it comes to airbrushing. Welcome back, everyone. Good to see you here. Now, I got a couple things to say. Number one, color accuracy. The kit is not accurate coming out of the box. And for that, I had to do a lot of detailing. The GHAD39 and the Möbius Point 2 were crucial for me to acquire those color accurate. So it was a lot of things to do right after. The airbrushing was crucial, but at the same time, I had to do a lot of hand painting to be able to get to the style of color accuracy that I was looking for. And I think I really got what I was looking for. Scale modeling is not just a hobby, it's a journey filled with patience, creativity, and passion. On June 7, 2025, at the San Diego Air and Space Museum Annex at Gillespie Field, the community came together to celebrate the 25th edition of the IPMS San Diego Model Expo, a milestone that shows how much love and dedication lives within this craft. Everywhere you look, tables full of stories, aircraft that seems ready to take flight, tanks carrying the weight of history, Gundam and Mecha projecting us into the future. Each model is a story, every detail a personal signature. But beyond the awards, beyond the medals, what truly remains is the community. Modelers coming together, inspiring one another, sharing knowledge and techniques. That's why I want to take a moment to recognize some of the talented artists I had the pleasure of meeting on Instagram. Each one with a unique style, yet all united by the same flame of passion. So please give them a visit. Tell them I say hello. This is what modeling is about, building, dreaming, and growing together. Because in the end, it's always about that last detail. The detail that transforms plastic into emotion and turns a simple model into a story worth sharing with the world. And this year, I was honored to bring home second place in the Gundam 144 division, an achievement that reminds me that every hour of work, every corrected mistake, and every new idea bring us closer together to our vision. Hey everyone, thank you for being here to the end of this video. Now, I'm holding GQuuuuuX, a build that means so much to me. A very special thanks to Gunpla gal, who inspired me to explore the potential of Mr Hobby GX114. Her request gave me the push to complete GQuuuuuX, and that journey brought me to the second place at the 2025 IPMS in San Diego, California, USA. Therefore, Gunpla gal, thank you so much from the bottom of my These are the tools that made the difference, the Gaahleri Möbius 0.2mm and the GH114 Both of these airbrushes gave me the precision and control I needed to bring my vision to life, and thanks to them I was able to achieve second place at my very first competition. And there's only one thing left for me to say: I eliminate all obstacles. Mission complete. And on to the next.